How do you do it right? How do you fight the machine correctly and show people there is a way out of this morass of insanity? Well, first, here's a tweet from Ron DeSantis. This is from 2 or 3 days ago. He said, last week, the Biden administration requested the assistance of state National Guards to deploy at Washington, D.C. I have rejected this request. There will be no Florida Guards sent to D.C. for Biden's State of the Union. Now, this was obviously right before the State of the Union, and Biden wanted all of these National Guards to show up, and they put fences all over the Capitol, and they wanted this big army basically to be there to scare the people. Now, meanwhile, nobody was there. Did you see any videos? Did I miss anything, guys? Were there any videos of mobs outside of the Capitol saying, Joe Biden's mean? Blah, 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 blah? No, but they want to show you they have power, you don't have power. So DeSantis said, hey, I'm the chief executive of this state. This is complete fabricated nonsense. You're trying to make it seem like you're under threat because you guys love being victims, or at least having people perceive you as victims. And I'm just not going to play the game. So it's absolutely spectacular, absolutely spectacular. And speaking of spectacular, last week was National Margarita Day, a very important day for me. And DeSantis had some fun with that too.
So my advice to everyone out there who's frustrated, sad, angry, pissed off, feel those emotions, go to a kickboxing class, have a margarita, do whatever you need to do this weekend, and then wake up on Monday morning, we got to keep fighting.
Having a margarita is well and good, but it is not a cure for Bidenflation.
Okay, little cheesy, whatever. Maybe he should have actually drank from the margarita right there. But you see the point. They ruin everything. Psaki, you've ruined the world as we knew it. And then it's like, no, go out there and have a margarita. It's like Biden is the one that has ruined this. When I was listening to DeSantis' speech last night, he was very clear in how Biden's policies have increased inflation, how they have harmed the supply chain, how they have screwed us up in terms of energy right now by closing Keystone and more, so that we are now watching gas prices go up and prices of everything. Actually, one of the people at the event asked what I thought was a really excellent question to DeSantis about the house prices here in Florida, because I can tell you as someone that just bought a house prices are really high, right? So now on one hand, that's good because that means more people with money are coming in. They'll hire more workers. It's all good. But at some point, you want more competition so that house prices go down. And what he said was, we're actually in a bit of a bind right now. We have all of these new people coming here, so they're competing for a limited set of houses. And then even though there's a crazy amount of construction going on here in Florida, and I can assure you, when I walk Clyde, almost every house in my neighborhood is being knocked down or in some level of construction because so many new people are coming here. And I hope they will vote the right way, and I'll do everything I can when I'm on dog walks to make sure that they do. But he said there's not much we can do at the moment at the state level in terms of the cost of goods, when a 2x4 now costs 4 times what it cost before. So that's an honest answer from a politician. Like, he can't control the cost of everything. But what you can do, as he said, is we can try to lower taxes as much as possible. We can try to give as many incentives as possible for builders to come here and build. He said, we don't just give cash away. We're not going to do that sort of thing. But this all falls on the lap of Joe Biden and the Democrats who did all this. I'm sorry if that sounds partisan, but it's true. It's true. DeSantis continued a couple days ago at CPAC in Orlando.
And the problem that we face as conservatives is a lot of major institutions in our country have become infected with this woke virus. You look at academia. Do we even need to discuss that? Their main objective now is to impose an ideological worldview on the people that come through their universities. You look at corporate America. They're mentioning it. They're opposing voter ID. Many of them make a lot of money from Chinese slave labor, but they don't want voter ID in the United States. So they are engaging in woke activism. You look at our bureaucracy and how totally off the rails they have become in many different agencies. And it's not just limited to people like Fauci. You have it across the board where this has become a major behemoth. You look at the corrupt and dishonest legacy media in this country and what they're doing to divide us and what they're doing to prop up the regime. They are not in the business of telling the truth. They're in the business of spinning partisan narratives to be able to benefit their side. They don't speak truth to power. They're defending the regime in power. And if you speak up, they come after you. They'll smear you. They'll defame you. All they do day after day is concoct a blizzard of lies to try to deceive the American people. And make no mistake, that's going to intensify leading up to November. They're going to try to do anything they can to relieve the blame off Biden and to try to fool the American people into keeping Democrats in office. We're not going to let them do it, but that's what we're facing. And then maybe to top it off, you have big tech. Here's where we're at. When you have a society that's veering away from the truth, anybody that stands up and speaks the truth will come under fire.
You know, it's funny, as he said, it's all going to intensify as it leads up to November. The lights in the studio actually flickered. It's a sign from the Lord, man. They've got all sorts of tricks up their sleeves. But you see why I did the show the way I did it today, because I think everybody, especially you guys watching this, right, if we're roughly like-minded, and that's why you watch this thing, it's like I was kind of feeling depressed, sort of, or not even exactly depressed. I was feeling just like dejected about everything after the State of the Union, because it was so counter to the world as I see it. The image that that guy put up of what the world is was so reverse of what we're all seeing. And so many people swallow it. So that's why I did the show the way I did it today, because I think it's important to defend the people that are fighting and trying to build something properly. And if we can all just incorporate that in our own lives, then we'll be in good shape.